Throughout my life, I have been really socially awkward. Like I could never ask girls out. It was always horrifying. Ever since I wanted to ask a girl out in ninth grade to now. I'm 23 now and have never dated. Feels like I'm behind everyone. It seems like everyone has dated, had a significant other, sex, etc. I might as well be as knowledgeable and experienced as the average 14-year-old. Once I get vaccinated, I'd like to actually start dating, but I have no idea how to meet someone, how to figure out if they would want to date, how to show them that I want to date them, how to break that fear of asking them. That last part is probably better suited for a therapist. I totally get it if you can't help. Any general advice? Edit. Thank you, everyone. I intended on reading every comment and thought I had read most of what I need to, but then an hour later there were 70 more comments. I'll try to go through them. I think some people have been really helpful. Story 1. I feel your pain. I was 27 before I learned these truths. 1. You won't actually like most girls, and most girls won't actually like you. It's not good or bad. It's just nature. Most guys will try to make a girl fancy them, and that's not right. Talk to her and figure out whether or not you like her. When you find someone who's worth it, be honest. If you want it to be friends with benefits, tell her you want friends with benefits. If you want a girlfriend or boyfriend, tell her you want a girlfriend or boyfriend. If you fall in love with her, tell her you're in love with her. This one is hard, but be confident in yourself. You're a good person, and there are millions out there who will date you. Don't put on a facade. Don't be fake. Be yourself, unashamedly and unapologetically you. You will attract the right ones. I was also socially awkward, but it gets better. You have to practice. You'll fail a lot, but it always gets easier next time. Good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for. Story 2. General advice. You will fail. A lot. That's perfectly fine and normal. Nothing is wrong with you. That's to be expected. Think job applications. Don't expect to find your perfect partner on the first try. However, failing doesn't mean you are a bad person, have a bad personality, or look bad. It just means you didn't match with one particular other person. Nothing more, nothing less. Also, you will gain confidence and experience over time. And never, ever stick your dick in crazy. Story 3. I am the same buddy. I am 24 here. The key is simple. You first need to get rid of the mentality that your inexperience makes you any less. Your inexperience may not bother someone, but low confidence might. Secondly, think of other humans. The one you intend to date is also as human as you are, with their own flaws and insecurities. Story 4. I went out with one girl only a handful of times in high school, and I was always so nervous that I did not really enjoy myself at all. Then I got myself busy with work, and did not really start dating as such until my mid-20s. Relax. Do not beat yourself up. For me, starting dating in my 20s was great. I was still nervous about sex, but I also had a better sense of myself and who I was as a person. This was a really big deal. And even though it probably seems like others are far more experienced than you, they are not. Pretty much everyone is in the same boat. Unsure, nervous, awkward, thinking that everyone else has it together, etc. So do not put so much pressure on yourself. Everyone is figuring things out and no one has all the answers. You are going to be nervous. The fear of asking someone out will never go away. It makes you momentarily vulnerable to rejection, so naturally it is uncomfortable. But do it anyway. Sometimes it will work out, sometimes not. As others have mentioned, dating applications have the advantage that everyone using them is looking to date. Story 5. I think you need to be comfortable with the opposite sex. That will help a lot. Realize there are many women just like yourself. Rejection is really incompatibility. Get that into your head and things will be easier. Story 6. If you're using dating apps, keep your expectations very low, but see if anyone you get along with wants to go out for a drink. If you get good at filtering for what you want, you'll have overwhelmingly good experiences when you do get to a date, but it may take some time for you to get to that point. It's all a numbers game. If someone cancels last minute on you, don't take it personally. Chances are you didn't do anything wrong, and they're feeling anxious or actually have something that came up. If they reschedule a time and place, then proceed. If they don't reschedule or start chatting less, then move on from her. Good luck. Story 7. 1. It's okay to be awkward, especially in your 20s. There's surprisingly a lot of leeway and forgiveness for awkward situations. Just laugh it off and laugh at yourself. The ones who shut you down over it are snobbish anyway. It's not corny to be direct and just ask people on dates. Don't overthink things and think you're in a movie and everything has to align. Just ask them out. Story 8. Great time to start dating. I wouldn't worry a whole lot about not doing certain things in your teens. You're more emotionally and physically mature. A great time to start getting to know people. I didn't start dating until I was 20 and I am married now. In my experience, a great thing to do before looking to start dating is thinking about who you are and what's important to you, and about things in life that are important to you. Knowing what you value in yourself is helpful for opening your eyes to see what you would value in someone else. Story 9. If it makes you feel better, I didn't start dating until I was 26, like a year ago, and it's gone fine so far. I think that if you become interested in someone, and they are interested in you, it's probably a good idea to let them know that you're a little inexperienced, so you would appreciate constructive criticism. Story 10. What worked for me is getting hobbies that actually have women there. I started dancing salsa and met one of my girlfriends there. But you also learn to socialize in general, which is never bad. Clearly, you have to find hobbies you would enjoy yourself too. Not just to meet women, but you have more chances of meeting women while doing a hobby with an equal or greater amount of women than men. As someone who played Magic and miniature games for many years, there's not a lot of women there to meet. Story 11. Just treat people respectfully, be honest, and be yourself. What I mean by that is do not compare yourself to others or their experiences. Do not look to external validation for your self-worth or confidence. Echoing the top comment about failing. It happens, you can take rejection with grace and move on. Story 12. Embrace the suck. It was actually something I learned from people in the military. Basically, the attitude is, this is going to be tough, but it's also going to happen. So just embrace that reality and get through it. Dating, especially if you're inexperienced, has a bit of that going on. Eventually, unless you get really lucky, some part of it will be difficult. But you chose to not be celibate and without a relationship for the rest of your life, so this is part of the package. Embrace it. The nice thing about not knowing how to meet somebody, not knowing if they want to date, or breaking the fear of asking them is that you don't have to know. Just do it, even if it's awkward. If they criticize how abrupt and awkward it was, go with honesty. Yeah, I'm not great at this, but I wanted to ask you anyway, so I figured better badly than not at all. Maybe they take to you, maybe they just laugh and dismiss you. Either way, if you do that enough times, you'll get over the fear aspect. The fear aspect is entirely the fear of the unknown, and you just have to do it until it's no longer unknown. Eventually, you'll get to the next step. Then you do that until it's not scary anymore, rinse and repeat. You can't expect to not be bad at something you haven't practiced and had experience with. Part of learning how to do it right is doing it wrong first. Just keep it simple and go from there. Make it easier on yourself by not immediately asking them out. Just talk to them like a normal person. That's how I started out. Sometimes I wouldn't even ask the person out. Just start a conversation with a total stranger and not bother to ask them out or for their number at the end. Practice having normal conversations, which made me more relaxed and less awkward for those times I decided I did want to ask at the end. That way, the nervousness all came right at the very end. Normal conversation, normal conversation, normal conversation, then asking her out. Quickly blurt out the question before you talk yourself out of it. And eventually, that nervous part wasn't there anymore. That nervousness about asking them out, it happens literally every step of the process. First date, first kiss, first time being intimate, it's all a mix of nervous energy. Just jump in and be bad at it until you aren't anymore. Story 13. Not sure if you want female advice, but when I was in my early 20s, I joined a co-ed softball league. It is where I met my husband, and I know of at least 5 other couples that met the same way. If softball isn't your thing, co-ed running groups, volunteer opportunities, especially dog rescue, or in-person classes. Good luck. Finding the right person is, well, I have been married for 15 years and I love my husband more than anything. Story 14. Teen dating is kind of rough. It's just asking to learn hard emotional lessons when you might not be mature enough to deal with them, likely picking up bad relationship habits in the process. There's nothing wrong with starting in your 20s. Focus on the positives. You are a smart, hardworking, attractive young man who is brave enough to push his boundaries and try new things. Personally, I never found online dating to be especially useful, but I think it's kind of location dependent. You might as well give it a shot. I always had much more luck with trying to meet people in person. Find social hobbies that you'll enjoy even if you don't find a girl there. I found my current partner at a choral singing group. Story 15. I'm a few years older than you, and I myself just started getting into the dating world. For me, I downloaded a couple of apps, Hinge, Tinder, and Bumble. I have had some success. No relationships, mind you, but a few dates here and there. The nice thing with the apps is that at least you both know kind of what you're there for. But basically, you just have to go out and do it. Start talking to women, whether in person or on the apps. Find common interests, hobbies, and so on, and go from there. I will say this, set your expectations low. Anything else, and you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. Have fun with it. It's going to be a lot of trial and error, but hopefully you'll find someone. Story 16. Be yourself. Easier said than done. And you have to strike a little balance. You can't be too real. But you need to accept, no matter how much you like a woman, if she doesn't like you as you are, then she's not a good fit for you. Also, if you fake it in the beginning, there will eventually be some huge conflict when you settle in the relationship and decide to come out of your shell a bit. Don't be a yes man to any woman just to impress her. Finally, don't be afraid to tell a woman you like her. You can do it playfully, subtly, and confidently without scaring her off. This really affected me when I was your age, trying to be too cool and mysterious. But I don't know. I was a total flop with women. I'm over 40 and single. I was like you most of my life and ended up in a series of short-term relationships with women that chose me. Now that I finally feel like I know what's going on, I'm finding women in my league just aren't as attractive as they were even 5 years ago. Good luck. Story 17. Don't let people's horror stories with dating apps steer you away from using them. Technology has made it easier than ever to connect with people your age who share your interests. Use them as practice in a sense for you to get comfortable introducing yourself and holding a conversation with a potential partner. Looks are important. Take a good clear picture of yourself and then a few of you in your element, whether it be in sports, gaming, with pets, etc. Women will be looking for your face, your personality, and your body from your pictures in choosing to swipe on you or not. Avoid pictures with friends drinking or wearing sunglasses. From there, try to come up with a decent bio about yourself. Keep it short and sweet. Don't try to be too humorous, not too braggy, and never lie. Include interests that would be relevant to the women you're trying to attract. Begin the search. Don't be surprised if you get 0 matches for several days. This is common. Be generous with your swipes to show interest. You're not looking for a perfect match. You're looking for a potential connection. Don't get tricked. Check out their photos, ensure it's the same person in each, the bio checks out, and if it seems too good to be true, it is. Practice conversing with women. Have a brief summary about yourself that gives a good overview of you as a person, what you're up to, and where you hope to go. Ask lots of questions. Most people love talking about themselves. Don't be overly agreeable or inquisitive. A little mystery is good, but don't lead on or play games. Don't be discouraged if conversation goes cold. Often people are on dating apps while actively seeking a partner in the real world too, so they may have found someone or even forgotten they had the app. Never send more than 2 follow-up messages, or you may seem desperate. If conversation is going well and there's a connection, ask about the potential of grabbing dinner or coffee sometime to show them your favorite spot in the city. Try to avoid loud or crowded places where you won't be able to chat, and anything super intimate like candlelit dinners on the first date. This should only come after you've established a level of trust with the person. From there, it's applying those skills to everyday life. Approach every potential love interest as just a new friend first. This will make it less intimidating and easier to have a conversation as you're not focused on the first kiss. Be aware of the places you're meeting people. Start with a simple greeting and something you noticed about them that's not threatening or creepy. For example, if someone is wearing a World of Warcraft t-shirt, you might say, "That shirt is great. Horde or Alliance? You're not behind, you're still young and have many great times ahead of you." The hardest challenge will be confronting that fear of rejection. There's no easy way to do it besides consciously deciding not to spend another night alone. Know that it doesn't really affect you one way or the other if she responds. It's just a nice bonus. Most women who aren't in front of their friends are very nice in communicating if they are not interested. And for those who aren't, take the hint from the lack of response. No does not mean she's playing hard to get. Good luck. Story 18. The best advice I ever got is as follows. Just say hi to every single girl you meet, young or old, black, white, yellow, red, whatever. Just say hi. Not only does it build confidence, but you'd be surprised what happens. When I was 19, I was like you and just not confident in my game, if you must. I went downtown and just started saying hi to every girl on the street. Most will just say hi and keep walking, but the real gem is when you say hi, and while you're walking away, they are like, "Is that it? Just hi?" Bam, you're in. You have effectively broken the ice with a single word. The first day I did it, I left downtown with like 6 phone numbers. It's all about the little things, plus the girls that actually stop and talk are the ones you want to talk to anyways. It shows that they don't think they are too good for you. That's gold. A girl with personality wins 10 out of 10. Some girls think the world owes them because they got everything from being beautiful. Those girls aren't worth the time.